Back in 2020, I made a video talking about how we could play imports on the PlayStation series of consoles. Since then, various developers have created many tools to help us take things even further than we could before. So in this video, we're going to talk about some of the new developments that have come up in the scene within the last couple of years. The PlayStation 1 has had a developer who goes by Brad Lin come up with a program called FreePSX Boot. This program installs onto the PlayStation memory card and can then be accessed from the PlayStation BIOS. The memory card then proceeds to boot up with a program called Unirom. At this point, we just need to press X a couple of times to get to boot CD, close the lid, and then press play. The program is really streamlined in that it will tell you everything that's going on the screen while it boots up. So there you go. There's a Japanese game playing in an American console. No more using paper and tape to close the lid or to block sensors. Let's move on to the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 received a massive vulnerability update with a program called Mechapone. Recently it was discovered that it was possible to take control of the Mechacon chip on the PlayStation 2 PCB. So in order to activate Mechapone, we need to have something like FreeMcBoot installed on a memory card, or Free Hard Drive Boot if you happen to have a hard drive installed in your PlayStation 2. So we need to launch uLaunchElf. Open the file browser and go down to Mass. Then we need to select the Mechapone Elf. So Mechapone is showing here that it can unlock for all regions. So we press X to continue. Since I already have an NVMe backup on my flash drive, we don't need to create a new backup. But if this is your first time running Mechapone, you will definitely want to create a new backup. So we're going to say keep the current backup. So at this point, we press circle to install the exploit. Mechapone then tells us to unplug the power and run the software again. With the older PlayStation 2 models, we can simply just turn off the power switch in the back. After restarting our console, we need to launch uLaunchElf again. Navigate through the file browser to Mass, and open Mechapone again. So at this point, Mechapone has changed to say change region or restore NVMe backup. So what we're really interested in here is changing the region. We have two options, CEX Retail and Retail DEX. If you're familiar with my previous PlayStation 3 comparison video, you'll know that DEX is a debug firmware. So looking around in here in the CEX versions, we can select whichever model you have of PlayStation 2. In my case, I have a 50,000 series. And then inside of this, we have options to do Japan, USA, etc. simply select the version that or the region that you want to convert your PlayStation 2 model, and it'll run. Turn off the power in the back. Turn the power back on and reset your console. Pressing the version button will now show us that we're running a 50,000 series. So even though this is a 50,001 PlayStation 2, the Mechapone is now spoofed into thinking that we're running a 50,000 series model. If we run Mechapone again, we can place the PlayStation 2 in a debug mode, which will give us access to loading any kind of disk. So selecting Retail Decks gives us the options to do the debug units as well. So again, select the model that matches your PlayStation 2 model. In my case, it's a 50,000 series. And then select the region that you want to select for debug. Since I have a USA console, I can select the 50,001 model, but this will ultimately unlock the system to run any disk from any region, since it's a debug firmware. We want to say no to install Force Unlock. If we press the version again, we'll see that we now have a debug firmware. I'm not sure that firmware is the right term. I keep using firmware. It's really just we've spoofed the debug model is more what's appropriate here. So now we can insert a game into our console. And there you go. There's a Japanese game playing on an American console. There haven't been too many changes for the PlayStation 3 regarding region unlocking. The best tool that I found is a custom firmware called Rebug, version 4.84.2 DEX. This custom firmware allows you to play any game from any region, including the 3 region-locked games from Japan. Just go to ps3exploit.com on your PlayStation 3 browser to check whether or not your PlayStation 3 can be hacked with custom firmware. Then go to the website, download the Rebug firmware, and install it to your system using the normal USB or local storage methods. As of this video, I don't have any additional information to provide on region locking regarding the PlayStation 4. So please refer to the previous video for information on region unlocking on the PlayStation 4. Well, that about covers all the information that I wanted to for this video. It's a little bit shorter, but there's been kind of some pretty interesting updates with regard to the PlayStation with free PSX boot that you can put on a memory card, and Mechapone for the PlayStation 2, which completely unlocks the Mechacon chip. So there's been some really cool advancements, and I'm really thankful to the community for figuring all this stuff out. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching this amending video, and if you guys like it, that's awesome. If you have questions, feel free to leave a question or a comment in the comment section, and I'll write you guys back. Thank you guys, as always, for liking the videos and subscribing. You guys are awesome, and we will catch you in the next video. See you later.